Well, hello! It's been a hot minute since I scripted and sat down and sat in front of a camera and recorded a video for you. You know, I built this channel around talking about companies and then moving into independent teaching, and I'm excited to bring you more content about that. So thank you for joining in on this video, for watching, and let's get started. So I'm going to sort of try to do this in one take. And I'm going to try a slightly different style of video where I do a little bit less editing and focus on just getting content out there, because sometimes we just get paralyzed with doing all the things to make things look perfect, and I've just realized that you don't need to do that. You can put yourself out there, whether you're creating content for your audience or you're attracting students, focus on progress over perfection, and because if you're looking for perfection, you're just never going to get there. But if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tim, and you can find out all about me in the description of this video wherever you're watching it. So if you want to learn more about who I am, how I help teachers, you want to get in touch with me, all that information is below. Oh, and if you want to join my Facebook group as well, Going Solo Independent Teaching, the link for that is down below. So the title of this video is something like How I Quit My Teaching Job 5 years ago, and that's what happened. You know, in 2017, I was working for a really good international school in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I was just getting to the point where I felt like I was destined to do something else. I love teaching. I loved my job. I made good money. I had a great community at work. I loved the kids, but I just kept feeling like there was something more, and that I was made to do something else. You know, you just sometimes have those feelings. And if you're at that point, maybe you're a teacher, maybe you're working in a school or something like that, and you're wanting to quit, I want to explain to you how I did it and maybe some tips and strategies for you if you are in that situation. Because this month is February, and it's this month that I started to get that like itch to quit. And it was because it's around this month that recruiting is really heavy for the following year in the international school system. So I was, heavy into deciding whether or not I wanted to look for another job, stay at my current job, or quit and resign. And really what my plan was to just take a year off. So it was February, when this kind of all came to be. And I wanted to sort of share how it sort of happened for me. I made the decision to quit of that year, so that was 2017, so that would have meant in June, that would have been my last teaching month, and then I was going to sort of figure it out. At that time, I really had no idea what I was going to do. I had all kinds of ideas about blogging, and what I really wanted to do was make a blog and learn how to make money from it, because I had watched other really big bloggers do the same thing. They were traveling the world, it looked so exciting, but I had no idea what kind of work went into that, and it ended up just not being the kind of work that I wanted to do. So that didn't really work out. But what I started to do was put things into place in order to quit. And I spent about 6 months doing that. So I did things like start saving a little bit more, because I knew that at that point I just wanted to take a year off. So if you're at the point of wanting to quit, it's always a safe way to think about it as just taking, a short period of time off, maybe 1 year or 2 years or 1 to 3 years, knowing that you can always go back to teaching. And that's what I knew. I knew I could always go back to teaching if I wanted to. I started to save more, put more money away. I started to research, things that I could do online. And one of the things that came up was online teaching. Now, at that time, I actually had 2 private students that I taught online in China. This was before it was really even a thing to do that. I was teaching them like on Skype or Zoom, and not charging very much, but it was a nice little extra income to my teaching job. So I had those 2 students, and I thought, geez, if I could, multiply those students, I could do quite well. I just didn't really know how to do that. So what ended up happening was I resigned in June. My plan was just to take a year off to explore traveling, explore some new opportunities, see if I could learn some skills. And what ended up happening was I stumbled into online teaching. And it was through the company VIP Kid, and I found that company halfway through the year that I was taking off. So this was around December. Now, up until December of the year that I had took off, I was writing content for a blog. I was doing a little bit of freelance work, some freelance content writing. So I was making a little bit of money, but not very much. And I still had a couple of students privately, but I knew that I needed to make more money in order to be able to do this. So I found VIP Kid. I jumped in with 2 feet. I knew that this could be really stable. I was successful right away with filling out my schedule and getting lots of students. So, sorry about the cat running around, you can hear that. And I just, I went for it full swing, and I started making $2,000 to $3,000 per month. Now, that was good money. I was working a lot. I was working 4 hours a day, sometimes 5 hours a day teaching, but I was filling out my schedule. So everything was great. I was feeling really good. But of course I was still just trading time for money. And what I would suggest if you are looking at quitting your teaching job is, as I said, create a little nest egg of savings so that you're not, just quitting without any income or money ready to, help you survive. But also think about what you can offer in the world. How can you help people? And I realized through teaching with VIP Kid that I could help people get hired, and I could make money from that. So that's what I did. I went full swing into recruiting. I did really well with that. I started my YouTube channel, and I started creating content to help answer questions that online teachers had about getting into the industry. Now, I didn't feel like I was a complete expert in it. I had only been doing it for a little while. But that's another thing. You don't need to be an expert in something to get started. You just need to know a little bit more than the person who's coming along behind you in order for you to help pull them to where you are. And after realizing that and sort of having an epiphany around that, I realized that I just needed to share what I was learning and to share what I knew. I was getting hired with companies. I was successful with bookings. I was helping teachers to get hired successfully and pass their mock classes. So as time went on, I gained new skills and I gained confidence in what I was doing. And that ended up translating into supporting and coaching teachers in a wide variety of areas related to online teaching, where I was able to build up multiple income streams that doubled and then tripled what I was making in the international school system, which was mind-blowing to me because I made a good salary there. I had benefits, I had health insurance, I had a retirement plan, all those things, right? I had, tickets paid for to go back and forth to my home country if I wanted to during the summer months. So the benefits were great, but when I realized that I was able to do that on my own, there was no looking back. And I, to this day, just can't believe that I still make a monthly income that's better than it was when I was teaching. And it's that drive to never have to go back to the classroom that keeps me doing what I'm doing. So that's it in a nutshell, my story of how I quit my teaching job. It was scary. I had people think that I was crazy for doing it. I had a lot of naysayers, but I would encourage you, if you are at the point of wanting to quit your teaching job, I would challenge you right now to tell 2 people that you really trust, that are not going to be naysayers, but are going to say, you know what, you can do this, just keep putting one foot in front of the other, we believe in you, kind of people. Tell 2 people, because once you start sharing your desire and intention to quit your teaching job, it really starts to help you put the wheels into motion to make it happen. Secondly, start saving. I wouldn't quit teaching without some sort of backup plan. Think of it as a 1 year or 2 year goal in the beginning if that makes you feel a little bit better, because it can be daunting. And if you're wanting to start a business, start thinking about what you can do to help others. Where are you an expert? Where are you able to serve others and to help? And if you're a teacher that wants to teach online, then what kind of students do you want to teach? What can you offer that's going to set you apart from the rest and help you to stand out online? Because if you're a teacher wanting to teach online, there is so much opportunity out there for you, and I just believe it's such an incredible way for teachers to make money online and to build a business. So If you're at that point right now, hang in there. I believe in you. Start putting things in place to make it happen. If you've already quit your teaching job, or you're just an entrepreneur, a teacherpreneur, building your business, I'm so excited to have you watching my videos. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. And I hope you like this slightly new style of video. I will see if I'm going to edit parts of it. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to try to keep them short and sweet and share what I know with you and how I can help and support you in your business, in your desire to create a life that brings fulfillment, more income, and less work. And if that's you, stick around. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you. See you next time. Bye, everyone.